All right, guys, I had a really big weekend. Sorry about Friday. I was intending to pull a video for Friday, but it didn't happen because I'm still figuring out this YouTube thing. The video editor and me weren't friends, and I ended up losing all of the stuff. But I did a lot of picking on Friday, Saturday, and a little bit on Sunday, and I did really well, and you'll see the stuff coming up in future videos and a little bit today because some of it's sold. I'm not going to bore you with going to find the stuff while I'm getting it ready, but I already have it pulled here, but I'll just show you what sold and talk about it a little bit, or where I got it and how much it sold for and that. So let's just get into it. The first thing, these are probably actually backwards order. So the last thing that sold, the most recent thing, is this little guy. It's a Pirates of Dark Waters figure. I picked that up at a thrift store for a couple of bucks in a bag of action figures that had a couple of G.I. Joes in it, and I knew those were good, so I grabbed them, and then I looked through everything else. And something I can recommend to you guys: become part of Facebook pages for collectors, like video games, or those like that one's I'm part of action figure identification. So I had no idea who that guy was. I even watched Pirates of Dark Waters when it was on when I was a kid, but I wouldn't have known that figure. But I was able to figure it out pretty quick because I posted a picture on Action Figure Identification Facebook page, and we got it. I got a response really quick. All right, next up we have an original Slinky in the box. I picked this up from a thrift store for $5. I sold it for 18 shipped. It's probably going to cost me $4 or $5 to ship. So I'm not making a ton of money, but this is the kind of thing that I love to sell because it's nostalgic, it sells quick, it's fun, and if I got to keep it, then you know it doesn't break my heart to keep old toys that are still in the box. Next thing that we have is this air filter, HEPA air filter for this Sunbeam air filter. The thing is with these guys, this thing isn't sold anymore. The air filters aren't made anymore. So if you can find these air filters on thrift store shelves like I did for $1.50 at this hole in the wall cash only thrift store here in town, that sold for $25, and I bought it for $1.50 on Saturday. We've got this large lot of punk rock CDs. I was showing you guys the big pile of CDs the other day and I said, I think I'm just going to end up selling these as a lot. Well, I listed them, the lot of 24 for $30, and they sold pretty quickly. My collar's doing funny things there, standing up. They'll cost me like $5 to ship because they can ship media, and so that's $25 profit because I made money on it a long time ago, and those were just taking up space at this point. So I just lotted them cheap, got them gone. Now I can use that shelf space for something else. These Doc Martens I picked up for, I want to say $1.99 in the last 2 weeks. I listed them for $15.99 plus shipping, and I ended up taking a best offer for $11. It is what it is. I probably could have held out and got all the money, but I would just as soon it be gone, and we can move on with our lives, and I made a little bit of money. This I picked up for $5. This is Parasol, I think was her name. It's a 1984 Hasbro, the house. Anytime you see Hasbro in the house logo, it's older. So that's a 1984 Generation 1 My Little Pony, and it sold for decent money, $13 plus shipping. Doesn't break my heart to get rid of that. I paid $5 a couple weeks ago to a thrift store. Wii Sports Resorts. I was telling you guys the other day I picked up a Wii, and it had the Mario Kart game with it. It had Wii Sports Resorts with it too. Wii Sports Resorts is a game that will move very quickly and for a lot better money than you would think for a Wii Sports title. I think I got $16 for that shipped. It shipped first class, so it's like $4. So then I got it with a Wii and didn't pay very much for any of it. So I'll figure that's all profit and use the cost of goods against just the Wii. So that's $12 pretty quick. Oh, and then I had a couple of these NASCAR jackets I picked up. That one's one. I had two others. I picked them up for like $13 right before Christmas, and three of them $13 a piece. And one of them went really quick for like $49. And then I had the other two, and they just sat and sat and sat, and I marked them down to $27.99, and I took a $25 offer on one. I went ahead and got it polybagged up, so it's ready to go. And that'll be like $10 shipping. I'll basically break even when I sell the other two. The other thing, I keep saying, it doesn't break my heart to get rid of that. The other thing that I sold does kind of break my heart a little bit. And that's pretty unusual. You guys have been watching the channel anytime at all, you've seen, and there's only been like 6 or 8 episodes, you've seen these Laker shirts, old Laker shirts that I've had for a while, trickling off the shelf at $13. Well, given the news about Kobe yesterday, I sold out very quickly on these. So the other orders that I had to pull were 4 of these old Lakers jerseys, or old Lakers shirts. They're 2004 playoffs. I started getting offers, and I wasn't taking offers because I knew as many offers as was coming in that they would sell for full price. And so I sold the other 4 that I had for full price pretty quickly. So I'll get this stuff out to the post office today, and then we'll start working on some other stuff. Thanks for sticking with me over the weekend. I'm not intending to post on like Saturdays and Sundays. I did intend to make a video for Friday, and that didn't happen, but I'll get better at this, and you guys will see my face a little more frequently, and we can talk about the cool stuff that I find. So that's what sold over the last couple of days. I got that stuff boxed up and sent to the post office, and now I'm going to try and get some more work done, but I thought I'd show you guys a little bit of the highlights from the weekend. I had taken some videos that unfortunately you don't get to see because they're gone. But I did find some really neat stuff and some things that you guys might be surprised of the value, especially this one thing. So I just thought I would run over a handful of things. I found this. One of the things I tell my boys to look out for is t-shirts that have these like tags in them rather than a printed label tag. Because my guys, when they're with me, they like to try to find stuff. I don't know that any of them ever found anything, but they will, I'm sure. But I tell them to, if something's got a cool print on it, and this shirt has Grateful Dead, and a hang tag like that, because you know, new shirts all have the printed label, and so if it has, especially this Delta tends to be a good brand for bands. This shirt is circa 1998 Grateful Dead, and then it's Forever Jerry, and it's just a picture of Jerry Garcia on the back. I don't know how well that's coming through there. Now you can kind of see it. And I picked that up for $3 just with regular clothes at a thrift store. And I'm asking $60 for it, or best offer. I've had a couple offers come in. It was like $25. I'm going to hold off. I think that that thing will bring pretty close to full price. It's got to get $50 if it doesn't get $60. So, or it can sit for a little while, because I think that Grateful Dead fans are really nuts. They spend money when they've got to get cool stuff, and anything older. If that shirt was 5 or 6 years older, even if it was a 93, 94, 95, probably not as new as 95. It just depends on the fan, and things that were around when Jerry was alive. They tend to go a little nuts over it and spend money when they need to. So I'm gonna hang out, and I think I'll get pretty close to full asking on that shirt. Something else that I found at a thrift store for $1 that is super collectible. Keep an eye out for them. You're gonna laugh. Pull-ups or diapers of any variety. These are obviously out of print. I don't know if you can see that right there. It says 1994, I think, yeah, and it says 1996. I'm not sure why it has two. Perhaps this was a re-release of this weird little print of the bears pulling a wagon. But diapers, man, I'll show some comps. I've got these for $40 listed. I paid $1 for them. They're open and there's 4 missing out of the package, so that really hurts the value. But I could show you guys. There I go. I'm touching my nose while I'm shooting videos. I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to unlearn that habit. I'll show you guys. I'll put in this video where some of that stuff, some unopened diapers from even the like 1990, 91, 92 are selling for $300 a pack. It's crazy. It is crazy. But it's not like Black Diamond VHS tapes where they're asking that and not really getting it, because I know people who have sold diapers and got the money and the customer was happy on the other end when they sold them a 30-year-old pack of diapers for $200. It's nuts. So that's an interesting thing. If you're out at an estate sale or a thrift store and you find diapers, even open pack diapers that are 90s. If you find 80s ones, then you're into some money. But older diapers, keep an eye out for them. I'll show you some stuff like as we get further into this and I find some cool, like you'll be surprised at some of the like stuff that people will buy. Here's something else that I found. These are figures. They're made in Brazil and they are from a cartoon. I get the impression that the cartoon's kind of Charlie Brown, like our version of the Peanuts. It's Monica Gang is what it's called. Not Monica's Gang, not an apostrophe H. It's Monica Gang. And this is Monica. And this is Jimmy 5. Because when he's depicted on the cartoon, he always has 5 pieces of hair. His when he gets a 3D rendering, he has a lot more pieces of hair than that. But those are new in box, and I paid $15 a piece for them. They sell infrequently because they're hard to come by, and they sell for about $20 a piece out of package. I could not find, and asked other people in this business to help me find listings, sold comps for these in package. No one found anything where somebody had them still in package. Now, rarity doesn't always mean big money, because somebody also has to be looking for that thing that is hard to find. And I suspect that there are some collectors, but they're probably few and far between. And I don't know how much money they'd be willing to get. I'm going to try to get, $200. I'm thinking $199.99 or best offer, free shipping is where I'm going to land on these. And if I get it, great. If I don't, I will take an offer. A lot of people, and a lot of times I might recommend for people to try, well, if you don't know what the value is, put it on auction, let the market decide what it's worth. These things are not, they're obscure enough that not a lot of people are going to be hunting them to figure out that they're out there. And if I list them for a 10-day auction and some guy isn't looking for them but would spend money on them, so I'm probably gonna have to sit on them for a while, I guess is what I'm saying. And I'm gonna take the first $200 somebody throws at me. I just kind of feel the market out that way. I appreciate you guys watching and liking, commenting, and subscribing. It really does mean a lot to me if you guys click something so I know you were here. Thanks.